United Nations releases Levels and Trends in Child Mortality Report. On September 9, 2020, the United Nations released Levels and Trends in Child Mortality Report. The report says that child mortality rate of India has declined between 1990 and 2019. It was 126 in 1990 and has now declined to 34 in 2019. Though there is reduction in child mortality, India along with Nigeria accounts to almost one-third of under 5 deaths in 2019. India registered 4.5 annual rate of reduction between 1990 and 2019. The number of annual under 5 deaths in India was 3.4 million in 1990 and it has now dropped to 8,24,000 in 2019. According to the report, globally, the child mortality deaths under 5 has dropped from 12.5 million in 1990 and 5.2 million in 2019. Key findings of the report: India witnessed decrease in neonatal mortality rate from 57 in 1990 to 22 in 2019. India saw around 22 million neonatal deaths in 1990 and in 2019 the deaths were reduced to 5,22,000. The sex-specific under 5 deaths has also reduced. In 1990, under 5 mortality rate in males were 122, in females it was 131. IT declined to 34 males in 2019 and 35 females in 2019. Global findings: the report says that the regions of Oceania, Central and Southern Asia saw a faster decline between 2010 to 2019 as compared to that of 2000 to 2009. Around 53% of under 5 deaths occurred in the sub-Saharan Africa in 2019 and 28% in Central and Southern Asia. These two regions alone account to 2% of the total under 5 deaths in 2019. India was one among the 5 countries of the world that contributed to half of the under 5 deaths in the world. The other 4 countries are Pakistan, Nigeria, Democratic Republic of Congo and Ethiopia. Concerns: with COVID-19 crisis, there are several disruptions in child health services. This includes vaccination, health checkups, prenatal and postnatal care, etc. US blocks key exports from China. Amid global lockdown due to COVID-19 and economic tensions between US and China, the US is working towards blocking exports of core products from the China's Xinjiang region. What all products will be banned? Amid growing tensions between the world's 2 largest economies, US Customs and Border Protection officials, while preparing order to block, presented the list mentioning the products banned. The major products which are being blocked by the US export authorities includes cotton yarn, textiles, apparel, as well as tomato paste and other products. Apart from these, the ban also includes 5 important commodities. US government in a press release mentioned about the report published by the United Nations. The report talks about ill treatment of Xinjiang Uyghur Muslims. Through a credible report, United Nations stated that around 1 lakh Uyghur Muslims have been detained in the camp and from there they are made to work on a minimal wages under worst condition. Mentioning United Nations report, US stated that we cannot allow the entry of products manufactured under such conditions inside our country. The US law strictly criticizes child labor and other human rights abuses. The law also aims to combating human trafficking. Pointing to this, the US Export Department has made to implement the ban. After the news of US government decision reached China, the country in response completely denied the ill treatment of Uyghur Muslim community and said that the camps are for vocational training and is made to help center fight against B. Who are Uyghur Muslims? Uyghur Muslims are the Turkish-speaking people of Central Asia. Population of Uyghurs are spread over China, Uzbekistan, Kazakhstan and Kyrgyzstan. Uyghurs are considered to be China's one of the officially recognized ethnic minority groups among 55 others. Union Cabinet approves amendment to 3 labor codes. On September 8, 2020, the Union Cabinet approved amendments to labor codes. These 3 labor codes were proposed in Industrial Relations Code 2019. The 3 codes include occupational safety and health, social security, and industrial relations. The industrial codes will define areas and conditions under which fixed-term employment shall be allowed. It recognizes trade unions. The Industrial Relations Code 2019 also seeks to provide pension and medical benefit to gig workers. The code will mainly replace 3 existing laws. They are as follows: Trade Union Act 1926, Industrial Disputes Act 1947, Industrial Employment Act 1946. Industrial Relations Code 2019. This is the third bill in a series of 4 bills that aim to amalgamate and rationalize more than 40 laws related to labors. The other 2 bills are Occupational Safety, Health and Working Conditions Code 2019 and Code on Wages 2019. Key features of the code: 7 or more members of trade union shall apply to register it. The trade unions with at least 10% of workers or 100 workers are to be registered. The lesser count is taken for registration. A negotiation union shall be formed to negotiate with the employers. In case of multiple trade unions, the union with at least 75% of workers are to be recognized. The strikes by union needs prior notices. It allows GOI to modify or reject awards that are passed by National Industrial Tribunal and Industrial Tribunal. Significance: easing labor laws will help to promote setting up to enterprises and catalyze creation of employment opportunities. 22 bamboo clusters adopted in 9 states. On September 8, 2020, the Union Agriculture Minister Narendra Singh Tomar launched 22 bamboo clusters in 9 states. They are Gujarat, Madhya Pradesh, Maharashtra, Nagaland, Assam, Uttarakhand, Odisha, Tripura and Karnataka. 6 of the 22 clusters are located in Maharashtra, 5 in Tripura, 2 each in Madhya Pradesh and Nagaland, 3 is Odisha and 1 each in Karnataka, Assam, Gujarat and Uttarakhand. It is to be noted that in 2017, the central government amended Indian Forest Act 1927 to remove bamboo from the category of trees. This made it possible to do business in bamboo products. Also, this now made anyone undertake cultivation in bamboo products. The restricted National Bamboo Mission was adopted in 2018 to 2019. The restricted National Bamboo Mission will capitalize immense bamboo potential for the northeastern states. Bamboo is a multi-utility grass and more than 300 ethnic groups in the northeast have been traditionally using bamboo for housing, food and other needs. It was classified as trees in spite of it being a grass. This prevented the northeastern states that grows 67% of India's bamboo from exploiting. China has even richer bamboo genetic resource than that of the Northeast. The GOI allocated rupees 1,290 crores for the restricted National Bamboo Mission. Bamboo flowers once in 50 to 55 years. During this time, the rat population increases exponentially. The rats create immense damage to the crops and trigger famine. On such famine that occurred in 1966 led to creation of Mizo National Front. The famine is popularly known as Matam famine. The Arunachal Pradesh and Manipur governments have signed agreements to supply bamboo to the biorefinery in Numaligarh. These initiatives should be adopted at larger scale. They will offer permanent source of revenue. 5 PSUs to join International Solar Alliance for Sustainable Climate Action. On September 8, 2020, Petroleum and Natural Gas Minister Dharmendra Pradhan announced that 5 public sector undertakings will join the International Solar Alliance Coalition for Sustainable Climate Action. The 5 PSUs to join the ISA are Indian Oil Corporation Limited, Oil and Natural Gas Corporation Limited, Bharat Petroleum Corporation Limited, Hindustan Petroleum Corporation Limited, and GAIL India Limited. These 5 PSUs are to focus on clean energy transition. The companies will deploy solar panels. Currently, the installed solar capacity is 270 megawatt. The additional 60 megawatt is to be added in the coming years. The GOI has also set targets to solarize 50% of fuel stations that are owned by PSUs in the next 5 years. In 2019 alone 5,000 fuel stations owned by Indian Oil are solarized. The above announcement were made by Union Minister Pradhan during inaugural speech at the First World Solar Technology Summit. Significance: the move will help India achieve its NDCs. India promised to take steps to reduce greenhouse gas emissions in following ways. To reduce emissions to 1/3 as compared to that of 2005 levels. To achieve 40% of installed capacity for electricity from that of non-fossil fuels. To create additional carbon sink through forest cover and tree cover. The above contributions were framed during Paris Climate Change meeting in 2015. International Solar Alliance. The alliance was formed under the initiative of India. It was open for signature during COP22. The main objective of the alliance is to generate 1,000 gigawatt of solar generation and mobilized $1,000 billion of solar energy by 2030. Recently, India hosted the First World Solar Technology Summit of International Solar Alliance. The announcements were made during the summit.